Top teams ain't scared of OKC. Neither are they scared of the Lakers, as LeBron is currently injured, and he will be out 7 weeks with an apparent foot injury. Yesterday he hurt himself in the game in the comeback win against the Dallas Mavs.
Hold
He
on, don't short term. That was his biggest comeback in his career. You
oh,
feel me? So don't just
stop it.
pass through like that. You know what I'm saying? Like we just kind of walk through that. You know
I
what I'm saying?
am. I am.
That's a big deal.
I definitely am. Like he walked away from that locker room for a second.
Nah, you ain't walk his ass lips.
But no, man, they they won the game. But if you watched the game, you saw when he did hurt himself. He hurt a pop, and he finished the game. That was the crazy part. I'm like, you and this foot.
He do that all the time. Like
I
it's
hear that, but hey, when you hear a pop, you like, let me see what this is real quick, you know. But I commend him for finishing the game. But he's gonna be out 7 weeks. So John, with him being a former,
several, several, not seven, several. My bad.
a lot of weeks, put it that way,
Yes.
he gonna be out for a minute. He ain't coming back tomorrow or the next game. But with that being said, Walt, how do you think the Lakers shape out, man, going forward without the king?
I mean, honestly, it's going to be a tough road. For me to sit here and say like I'm not worried that the Lakers are now not about to make the playoffs just because the fact that they're pretty much leading scorer and their leader is down for several weeks now, especially after just getting those new pieces. They seemed like they were kind of starting to flow a little bit. So just for this injury to happen right now, it's definitely it hurts for sure. It's like I said, especially like I said with them young guys and those new pieces, coming to play. Really, I think they were 4-1 or 5-1 since the trade, and yeah, it just seemed like I said, it just seemed like they were starting to click. So I hate the fact that it happens to happen right now. Can the Lakers possibly hold it down? Maybe. Anthony Davis will have to play, out of this world, honestly, and if everybody can still contribute like they have been, these last couple of games, then it's a possibility that they can still hold it down until LeBron gets back. But I think if you asking me, are they going to make it? I'm like at a. If you ask me out of 10, I say I'm at like a 5 or 4 right now. Honestly, like I said, it's just I can't really see the Lakers going too far without LeBron. Honestly,
Yeah.
so yeah, I would like to see it, but when you got the your leader, the guy who's been leading that train, I should say, all year, for him to be out right now, especially a crucial time right now with the playoff times coming up, I should say, it's gonna be tough. So yeah, I don't see it happening unless LeBron can come back, on a miracle or something, after 2 weeks maybe, I don't know, but they saying several weeks, so
Yeah.
it ain't no telling.
What about you, John? What's your take on it, man?
Well, I agree with Walt. The leader of the team for the whole year now is you lose him to the Clippers, Russell Westbrook. So no. It's tough, but here's the thing:
Really?
because of schedule, I give the Lakers a 6 out of 10, maybe a high 6, almost a 7.
I mean, their schedule is a week. I'm looking at it now,
You
so
got
yeah, I
a
can
you
see
got
you
a
going.
couple tough ones coming up with Memphis, and at the end of the stretch, you got maybe and it's the Bulls, so we'll see where they are at that point. But if their season's over, they might just check out of those games anyway. So we'll see. But really, yeah, you got the Thunder a couple times. I know you got the Suns in there, but you got the Timberwolves a couple times, the Rockets a couple times, the Magic, like doors wide open, like to get it done.
Right.
And but the reason I like this new Lakers is, again, I'm a huge Westbrook fan. I like that he's playing with Paul George again, two of my favorites. Shoot, if Jaylen Brown and Jimmy Butler go to the Clippers, I might switch favorite teams. I'm just saying. But
Yeah, okay.
like,
Paul George will let me down lately. He's been pissing
yeah,
me off.
but no. So but I like that I like this new team. It feels like they have grit. it's not LA. It's not when you think of LA, you think of stars and Jared Vanderbilt is just a tough player. Like I just like the way he plays ball. He's
Like
not there for the flash and the lights. Maybe it'll catch up with him and it'll become part of it and he'll date a Kardashian in a few months. But currently, I like the way this new Lakers team is set. Like they're gritty guys, and I think that they're going to fight through these next few games. Anthony Davis is probable. You need a little bit of skill. You need a little bit of talent. You can't just win on grit. You need some skill in the NBA. So, you need him. But, and then, of course, D'Angelo Russell, losing him right away is tough, because, he's a great scorer off the bench here and there, in spots, man, can really bring energy offensively. But I like just the rest of the bench. I really like them. It's not it's not LA, man. It feels more, just tough players, and so I really like it. I give them a 6, maybe a high 6, almost 7 to make the playoffs. Yeah.
I'm not, honestly, now that I'm my fault, I didn't mean to cut you off, Nico, but now that I'm looking at the schedule now, because like I said, with Josh saying they only got Memphis maybe a couple more times, but really their toughest schedule really is like they last week of the NBA schedule, I should say. They got Utah, Phoenix, Clippers, and Utah again. So if they can possibly, go on a little run, if Anthony Davis can play like how he was playing, I want to say before he got hurt, I think he was averaging like 35, 10, and like 4 or 5 assists, something like that, with like 2 blocks. So if you can go back to doing that, plus the pieces that we have now, and D'Angelo Russell can come back healthy, he can maybe just get them. I said us. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say us. Get them 15 and 20. Shut up. No, I didn't. But yeah, if he could do that, give him 15 to 20. I mean, it's a possibility that I think Lakers could still make it to the play-in, and then a healthy LeBron going into the playoffs. I'm taking that all day. So I mean, all they got to do is just maintain. That should be their word in the locker room right now. Is just maintain, for real.
It'll be interesting though, because some of these games you get up for and some you don't. Can they keep that same grit like they've had these last 2 games where they are 2-0? Can you keep that same grit you had last night against Dallas and win? I ain't gonna say comfortably, but just win the game. Because a lot of these games, some of these teams might check out early. It's only maybe about 20 games left in the season. So, a lot of these teams that's not making the playoffs, to John's point, like the Bulls are teetering, but if they not in a playoff hunt, they might, we're gonna just sit our guys. Ain't no point in you playing and getting hurt. So it's gonna be interesting to see how things play out for other teams, and that can kind of give you a good view of how the Lakers can go. Because some of these games, like last night, you down 27. Most teams lose, but now in today's NBA, hey, cut that lead down with 3 or 4, threes and get stops. Then you down 15 all of a sudden. So it's going to be interesting to see how they approach it. And can Anthony Davis take that next step forward?